Hey, hello, and welcome to Bub's World. I'm your host, Bub. Today, we're going to do a little lunch live, show off a few books I've got, and show off a couple of, I think, some steel books. We're going to get into some steel books today. So, hope y'all enjoy that. Let's go ahead and get things rolling. I don't know what happened to all my loaded up things, but they disappeared. So, I guess that's how it goes. All right. So, first off, I've got a couple of Adam Hughes books to show off. Nothing major, nothing. This isn't one of those streams, just showing off a few things. So I got this one. I may have shown it before because my buddy Jambo over at Jambo Comics sent me this, or he gave it to me when we did a con together a few months back. What's up, Chef? What's shaking? Go Niners. Yeah, I know. It was rough, wasn't it? But I tell you what, it was a very good game. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of sloppiness in the first half, but it really tightened up for the second half. And ultimately, it was a good game. And I think it was one of the best Super Bowls in like 5 years. So, in my opinion. So, there you go. All right. There is what's going on, Perry. I'm sure you're working hard. So, there is that. Cool water. I will drop the link, but I'm not staying on that long. So if anyone just wants to hop in right quick and say hello, you are welcome to, but I probably won't stay on very long. Oh, there you go. There's a link if anybody wants to hop in. Sensational She-Hulk number this one. There you go. Nice, shiny, bright foil. I love how they no, that's not true. That is not true. That's a bold-faced lie. So I love how they did the water effect in the foil and even did the She-Hulk kind of underwater. And then they have the real She-Hulk on top. And it's the little things that you may or may not notice, but obviously great little purple bikini there. But then also she has duct taped together 3 floats because she's so large in this form. So she's got 3 floats duct taped together in order to be able to get on there. And I think that's a nice, cute touch. And each one of them are one of her colors, right? So you got the purple, you have the white. If you recall, the purple outfit has some white trim to it. And then, of course, green for Hulk. So She-Hulk, if we say She-Hulk enough times, he will materialize. So please be careful. Yep. 2 on her back, 1 on her back, 2 on her on her back, and 2 in the front. Yeah, well, that's about right. Yeah, if she rolls over, I don't think she's going under. All right. Well, there's one. And he gave it to me. He was like, "Hey, do you have this one?" I said, "I don't have that one. I think I might have it coming in the mail, but I don't know." He was like, "Well, you need to have this." He had a couple. He was like, "You need to have this in your collection." I said, "Go, I'll take one." So he gave me that. And then lo and behold, the one I had coming in the mail came. So I ended up with 2. And then I was like, wait a minute. How many of those did I order? And there's 3. And there's 4. So there you go. So I got 4 copies of the She-Hulk Adam Hughes. And we'll see how it goes. As far as that goes. I doubt I keep all 4 copies, but I have kind of, I don't know if you guys have been following me live on Memorex. I remember Memorex. I don't know if you all have been following my Instagram as much or even some of the comic hauls, but I've been kind of in a doubles kick lately. I've been picking up doubles of some of my favorite books, definitely some of my keys. So you got competition now. Yeah, really. So we'll see. Giveaway Monday. No, we're not giveaway. We don't give away a whole lot on BUB'S, but I do have a special announcement coming up soon on my reverse giveaway. I've been teasing it in various other chats, and it kind of started off as a joke, but the more I thought about it, it was kind of a cool idea, and everyone seemed to really respond to it well once I explained what the heck it is. So, Transphology, I'm sorry about that, but I understand how that goes. So there you go. So I got all kinds of these She-Hulks. We will put those back, and let's take a look at a couple more Adam Hughes books that I picked up. Here is Dark X-Men #1. The very cool Adam Hughes cover. Digging that. I think it's an homage to something, but I don't know what the heck it's an homage to, but I do enjoy it. So, hey Trev, what's going on? I dropped the link, but it's a lunchtime chat. I'm not going to stay on too long, but if anyone wants to hop on and say hello, you're welcome to. Look at that. Yeah, I'm digging that. There's nothing wrong with that. I enjoy that. That's good stuff. So, Dark X-Men #1, Fall of the X-Men. I get confused with all these crossover type things or interwoven storylines, but you know, it is what it is. YouTube pays, I do won't. Yeah, I hear you. All right, and then next up we have this one. You know, this was one of those. I have a system with mycomicshop.com link down below where they build a box for me every month, and all I have to do is get a couple of pre-orders for that month. So it doesn't matter what it is, 1 or 2 pre-orders for the month, just in case one of them doesn't end up showing up. Then I get all my comics shipped to me at once, and I pluck them off my want list as I go. It's a little bit of a system, but once you set it, it's super easy to capitalize on it. So this is one of those pre-orders that I didn't know what the cover was going to look like. So often what I'll do on the pre-orders is just select by artist. So I'll look for Adam Hughes books. I'll look for Frank Cho. I like Frank Cho art. If there's a particular artist I'm into, sometimes Joshua Middleton. And then I'll look for properties. Like I'll type in Wolverine, see if there's any new Wolverine books or James Bond. Or then I also type in facsimile, because I like the foil facsimiles quite a bit that they've been putting out. So I'll pick up a couple of those, and those sometimes are cheaper, especially, well, they used to be a facsimile. You get that for like, you know, $1 or something, but they've kind of got away from those. Now they're like full priced, but still. So this was one where sometimes in the pre-orders, you don't have the art finished or they don't show you the art. So this was one I didn't know what it was going to look like, but it's not bad. Adam Hughes does not draw men well, in my opinion. I know he goes for like the Rockwell look, but it looks okay. But this one's not bad. He does a pretty good job on Batman, I have to say, most of the time. So, and she's choking him out, and he's looks like he's enjoying it. All right, what's up, Benny C? Good to see you. Yeah, all the underwater basket weaving crossovers are crazy. Yes, I totally agree. So they need to double the cost. Yes. Well, no. I mean, really, it doesn't. When you say double, no. So it used to be that you could add shipping and handling, and it was always the same price. It was free no matter what. So you paid $5 to get the whole box shipped to you once a month. Is the way I do it. But now, in the last couple months, they changed that policy because I'd say they were getting destroyed by it. I know I was taking full advantage of it. And now they charge you like $0.25 a book every time you add one to the box. That's not bad at all. I'll pay that all day. So that's funny. Agree. Yeah, as women are much better. I mean, it is what it is. All right. Last one of these Adam Hughes books I'll show. And here is Nort's, I guess. Nort swimsuit edition with a great Adam Hughes cover. And I don't know who that's supposed to be on the cover. Power Girl? Supergirl? I don't freaking know. That's a pretty good cover. I mean, that is classic Adam Hughes goodness right there. Totally digging that, loving that. That's a win all day long. All right, let's look at some of these steel books, y'all. I got a whole stack of them. Some of them I've opened, some of them I haven't. Some of them I remember where I got, some of them I don't. So it is what it is. Pretty sure I got this one at Half Price Books. And we're going to start off. It's not even technically a steel book. So, haha. So $5 plus 25 bucks. So being $5.25 for 2. No. So they kind of build your box for you until it gets to a certain point. So the first several that I'll add, I feel like it's up to maybe 7 or so comics. I know it's under 10, but like the first several that you add, they don't charge you anything for that. And all the books that I originally get in the pre-order, they don't charge me anything additional for that. So that all fits into the $5. But then as it starts creeping up, they charge like $25 for a regular book, it's like 50 cents or 25 cents for a regular book. It's like 50 cents for a trade or anything bigger than that. And they add that as you add to the box. So and that's like per order kind of thing. Sometimes it gets a little tricky. They have a formula, I'm sure, but they haven't let me down. And the most I've paid for shipping for a month box is like $8. So it definitely isn't breaking the bank. So it's working out pretty good. Hey, what's going on? Las Cruces 1971. Good to see you. So the first one is not technically a steelbook, but it is a commemorative tin. And as you all know, I am prone to overdoing it with collecting. I know that about myself. So instead of doing that, I go ahead and limit my collecting with a bunch of rules. So I like a bunch of rules and restrictions on myself to make sure that I don't overdo it. And one of the ways I do that with my movie collection, my physical media movie collection, is that I only buy commemorative or collectible items. So to me, steelbooks count for that. Or like this tin here is pretty cool with Jurassic World in it. I do like that. I think that's pretty neat. So I dig stuff like that. So there you go. And I think this might have it just has the main movie and like a DVD version of it. So, but what I'll do usually with these is like if I end up getting the 4K version of the movie, I'll put it in here instead of the regular, and I'll sell the other one. So that's usually what I do. All right, next up we have Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith steelbook. See that there? Pretty cool. And like I said, this will have the Blu-ray version of it. But if I ever upgrade to the 4K Blu-ray, I just keep the tin and I put that in there, which is one thing I absolutely love about these steelbooks is that nowhere on it does it say, I mean, it has a little Blu-ray symbol, but nowhere on it does it say which version it is or anything like that. It's pretty generic overall. So I get to really appreciate them just the way they are and not have to worry about it. All right. Next up, we got The Fifth Element. I couldn't believe I scored this one. I'm trying to remember where I got this one, but I don't remember where I got it. But I was really pleased to get it because it's hard to, this one's a harder one to find. Now, they had done this type of art on several of these. I think this is a Sony picture. So several of these Sony ones got re-released with this type of box art. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is interesting. So, and of course the movie's great. Now it is one of those movies I have to say that the more I watch it, I always find more things wrong with it, if you will. But give it a little bit of time and I'll watch it again and I'll enjoy it. So there it is. The Fifth Element. Let's see what we got here. Laser disc of the real Star Wars. Oh, nice. The real Star Wars, he says. All right. Mark keeps telling me to watch The Fifth Element. Steelbook's cool. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty neat. And this one looks good. This one is a really good one. As far as the steelbook with this art style, they're not all that good. For instance, here's another one that came out that I think is fantastic. The same type of art style. This one's for Zombieland. Check that out. The first Zombieland. So my wife and my son had never seen this movie. So for this past Halloween, I showed it to him. And I don't know if it's my favorite zombie movie, but I do enjoy it. And I have to say, as zombie movies go, I think it's pretty solid. I mean, it's a solid zombie movie. So there you go. Zombieland. Pretty cool. I like what they did here. And they've got the guy there shooting off. If you remember the movie, that's closer to the end, but it's pretty good. Fun movie. Just a all around good movie. This one I definitely picked up at half price books, as I recall. The Grease collection. So, you know, everybody wants some. You're the one that I want. Here you go. And I don't even know what the collection is. I haven't even looked at this really, but it's got the T-Birds and the Pink Ladies and Rydell High and all that good stuff. So we like a little bit of Grease in our family, and we're definitely we like musicals and stuff like that. Well, I do anyway. And then like this is one where behind the movies they have pictures and stuff. So I appreciate when they do something on the inside. So it looks like it has Grease 1, Grease 2, which I don't care that much for. I watched all these by force when I lived at home, growing up, and my sister loved these movies. So it has Grease 1, Grease 2, and Grease Live, which I suppose is some sort of Broadway-esque type rendition. So I've not seen that at all. So maybe my wife and I will watch this. I don't know, for Valentine's Day. That sounds good. Favorite zombie movie is Ferris Bueller. All right. Hey, what's going on, Sequential Geek? All right. So next up, we have an AOK movie that I received from Scarpad's domain. And this is Dread, the Steelbook edition. So I've not even opened this yet, but super stoked to have it. I told him I'd never seen it because I haven't. Now I watched when my son was young. I put the movie on and I watched like the first, I want to say 5 minutes of it. And it was rough. Like it's very violent. And he was pretty young. And I was like, oh, I can't watch this. And I like the old Dread movie with Sylvester Stallone and stuff. I thought it was pretty good, but you just knew this was going to be better. And when I saw that, how violent it was to start, I was like, oh man, I can't watch this. So not with him. So, and I never did try and watch it again, but I'm sure it's good. And I like Carl Urban. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And Scarpad had an extra copy. So he was like, hey, I'll hook you up with an extra copy. So, all right. Cali Comics, what's going on? Like the Outsiders Better at Grease. Can you put that up again, please? Sure. Here's the Grease. So here's the Grease full. And it's like a locker, kind of looks like a locker. And it's a little bit, it has, I don't know, embossed or whatever, it's stamped in so you can feel the grate and the lock and everything. So it's pretty cool. All right. There's another Grease movie. Yep. Oh, another Dread movie. Yeah. Hot Shot. All right. The old Dread movie is made for today's generation. I'm surprised the newer Dread deal was as gritty. Yeah. And I thought everyone really enjoyed this. I thought we were going to get another one, but I guess we didn't. All right. Now we're in for some more. Hey, what's going on? Big ol'. It's Paul. I always want to say that the wrong way, but I was showing a bunch of Adam Hughes books to start. So if you get a chance, you can rewind and take a look at that. Yeah, I really need to see it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get to look at that. I like the first Grease movie. Oh, good deal. I like the first Grease one too. I don't care for the second one near as much. Probably lucky you got something decent. That's about right. Well, I had said specifically this movie. He was like, well, I'll send it to you. I was like, you don't have to send me a movie, man. I can buy it. He's like, I have 2 copies. I'll just send it to you. So it was super kind of him to do that. And that was like 4 months ago. And here I am finally showing it off. Next up, I picked these up at a convention. Well, it was so the Kentucky Flea Market. All right. So Kentucky has a flea market in Louisville a couple times a year. And there's a guy that sets up and he has Blu-ray movies and he had steel books this day. He had a table full of steel books. So it really worked out. And I picked up a bunch of them. So there you go. There is Raiders of the Lost Ark steelbook, and it's the 4K Blu-ray. So super excited to have that one. Haven't even opened it yet, but I'm stoked. So sometimes he'll have ones that are open. Sometimes he'll have ones that are closed. So in this case, he had that one sealed, and as well this one, Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. And I bought these for like $10 a piece, I want to say. So I was very pleased with that. And I go to that Kentucky Flea Market because it's a good place to get, media. So I pick up Blu-ray movies, or I'll pick up vinyl records. And they always have a fair amount of comic booths and real comic booths, like, showing Golden Age books. And, when I say real, I just mean a lot of times you'll have somebody with like a stack of Beanie Babies and a short box of comics from the 90s. And that's it. Not to knock the comics from the 90s necessarily, but it's not the stuff that I collect most of the time. And it's just comics for the sake of adding it to what they have going on. So instead, this is what I need, right? I need stuff that where there's a whole Blu-ray booth and steel books are featured. I'm like down with that, or a whole vinyl booth, a whole comic booth, and there's usually several of each of those, plus vintage toys and video games. So I really dig that Kentucky flea market. I force my family to go with me at least once a year. I can't help it. Next, we got Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I really liked Elsa. She reminded me of spoilers or whatever, but she reminded me of Valkyrie from the comics, kind of a Nazi femme fatale. So really dig that. Sorry for the spoilers if you haven't seen it. Look at that cool Grail cup. So what's cool about this, I'm just showing it now. This was one that he had open. So the other ones were $10. This was only $5. I'm like, yeah, give me those open ones all day, because I could care less as long as the disc looks good, and the disc was perfect. And it's just a simple regular disc. What's this? I haven't even opened this. Oh, that's cool. So to me, this trilogy is pretty solid. Oh, cool. They give you a little movie poster with it. Check that out. I really like that. I might will put this up. I have to say, I don't have any Indiana Jones stuff in the room. None. I have no Indiana Jones stuff. I don't have a pop. I don't have anything. So I might go ahead and keep that out and or take it back out after I put it away, and go ahead and put this on the wall. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Kentucky, last year, Kentucky legalized medical marijuana, effective 2025. Yes, unfortunately, I'm fairly healthy. I don't think I'll be partaking too much in that. Dunder Mifflin there. There's you a nice. Yeah, and I know it's like noon. It's 1 o'clock to some people, and I'm still drinking coffee. I haven't eaten anything today. I'm spending my lunch hour with you all and drinking coffee. So that's how that goes. Let's see. Flea market in Myrtle Beach. Traffic. Oh, yeah, I bet. I'm going to send you a message on IG later. Yes, Paul. I'm always willing to hash it out with you, Paul. And also, I have a live stream that I want to do featuring an Adam Hughes live stream. And I'd like to get you and another collector on, and I want the three of us to just show off our Adam Hughes books, talk about them, talk about what we like, hard ones to get, not hard ones to get. So if you're available, when we get into that IG talk, hit me up, and I want to schedule something where the three of us can get together and do a little live. I may do it pre-recorded because I know that works out pretty well sometimes, but I think live would be fun. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Anything that will get fried? Yes, that's about right. Yeah, I'm not going to say I had a bad experience once, but if you've ever done anything like that, you probably have had at least one or two bad experiences. And the last experience I had was freaking horrible. And it was enough to make me pretty much feel like I never do it again. Not only that, but I work from home. And so I'm very worried about getting into any kind of vice while working from home, because I feel like I just can't imagine, like, if you were like an alcoholic or you had any kind of monkey on your back and you work from home, I would think it would be super easy to just, like be drunk all day, like get up at 8 o'clock, be trying to work while drunk. So, I'm very careful with that kind of stuff. Like I said, I got to put limits on myself because I am prone to excess. All right. So that's all good. Blu-rays, $3. Yeah. I try to stick with steel books because they're usually in a little bit better condition most of the time. No Indiana comics. I don't think I have any Indiana Jones comics. So comics aren't a vice. They are a vice in a sense, but I already spend all day working in my comic room. So I usually set comics around me that I just picked up and I look at them every now and then. I can take breaks and look at my stuff, but to sit here and, just be drunk all day, that's probably not good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just so easy when you work from home. It's like, it's so easy to fall into those habits. So you gotta be careful. I'll tell you. No, it's not a call for help. I'm fine. Last I checked. Comics are advice. We can quit whenever we want, right? Right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know about quit. I can slow down for short periods of time. All right, next up, we have the Avengers. I don't know which one is. This is Age of Ultron, like my old man look here. Age of Ultron, and I really like the vision on the back. I think that's super cool. Avengers Age of Ultron. And I think this is it's got the 3D Blu-ray, as if you could find a 3D TV out there still in operation. Good luck with that. So that's pretty cool. I got that at that same booth. And then we got this one's this one's a controversial movie when it first came out, but I think overall the people have come around on it and enjoy it. But here is Transformers the movie. A very cool steelbook. Till all are one. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of this movie as a kid. I remember being pretty upset by it. But I also did rush out and get the what's his name? Hot Rod, I think was his name, or something like that. The new Transformer, leader. I did run out and pick him up. So I guess I didn't hate it that bad. So there you go. Transformers, the movie. So it's there you go. My TV is very flat, but it's still 3D. All right. So next up, I showed we had Jurassic World, the first one, and here's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I believe this is the second one. Very cool. It's got old Bluey. Look at that. And I don't know if sometimes the steelbooks open up to each other, but I don't think this one does. There's two separate images. But very cool. Digging that. And then it has the 4K Ultra. Hey, I never know when I'm going to come across one that's 4K Ultra. I have the 4K Ultra Blu-ray player in the living room, so I never know what's going to come up, but yeah, I'm digging that. Yes, that's sweet. All right, and probably has the regular Blu-ray edition. Yep. So it's got the 4K and the regular. So yeah, that's awesome. That's going to look great. Can't wait to watch that. I like the Jurassic Park movies. I know they're hokey, but it's a monster movie. They should all be kind of silly. Everyone's like, well, that doesn't make sense. And how can she run in heels? Why wouldn't she run in heels? That's great. That's back when for that movie and a couple of other movies after, I thought what's her name? Opie's kid. What's her name? The daughter of Opie, whatever. I can't remember her name. But with the red hair, the orange hair, really. I thought she looked pretty good for a couple of movies there, and now not so much. Star Wars The Phantom Menace Steelbook edition here. Very cool. So I'm trying to keep my steelbooks for this series, for the Star Wars series, all the same, all that same group that came out together. Although there are some newer ones where they've redone these movies again, but I'm trying to collect this group of steelbooks. Now I may upgrade to the 4K version of the movies. And in fact, for my original trilogy set, I keep it with the Star Wars despecialized editions. Those are my favorite versions, the originals as they came out. So Rodimus, you got the touch. Yeah, that's right. That was a great song. That's on the Transformers movie. Rodimus Prime, Hot Rod was his prior name. Okay, fair enough. After Jesus and Angry After Jesus. I hear you. Oh, this one was great. They Live. We watched this for Halloween this year as well, and the family found it very interesting, very different. I think my son didn't watch it. I watched it with my wife. My son had already seen it, so he was okay. There you go. Obey, right? And it's just really cool. I think it's a great steelbook. So much fun. Just a great movie. And this also was in 4K. But I have to say, the 4K, I am not there it is. I am not as good at like ScarPad as at getting into who did the transfer and all that kind of stuff. And I don't really get into that so much on my vinyl records either. Some people are very, very particular about that. I don't get into that too much. But I have to say, the transfer on this one wasn't great. It looked it's hard because if you're expecting a movie, I forget when this was originally filmed, but 88. So if you're expecting a movie from 1988 to look anything like a movie filmed in 2020 and later, it's not going to. So when they transfer it to 4K, I have to say that if you were trying to watch this like on VHS or any broadcast from back then, it would have looked like crap. So it looks great, but it doesn't look like a brand new movie. And sometimes when they do the 4K transitions, they really do, even on the older movies. I know it depends on like what the original movie was and what the transfers were, like what, what they have to work from. But this movie really just looks good, but it doesn't look crisp like a brand new movie. So it's pretty interesting. But sometimes they really do look that good. Stripes. So this is like a tale of two movies for me because I really enjoy the first half of this movie and then it just goes off the rails and the second half's just terrible. So, and this one wasn't near as funny as I remembered it being, when I was a kid, but it's still pretty good. So let's see what we got here. Sequential Geek saying Beth and Turtles was made it look like, yeah, that's about right. Bubba's here to chew bubble. That's right. And he's all out of bubble gum. That's exactly right. That's from They Live. And this Stripes, I thought this was really cool. So even the movie's kind of mid I think by today's standards, I do really enjoy the love that was put into the steelbook. That each of these little badges are part of something. So I have like, I don't know what that is, Medal of Honor or something, and it's got like butt cheeks there, and it's got, instead of the bars for like your rank, it has like two beers. And then instead of the stripes there, it has like, the cigarette being smoked with lipstick on the end. It's just really cool, and it has the Winnebago of death. And then that patch is like a set of boobs, and then it's got pizza for that one. I really enjoyed all the love put into this steelbook, the art of the steelbook, which is another reason why I collect them, is because to me, this is like a comic cover. It's like a variant. It's a collectible that I can appreciate the style that was put into it. And sometimes it's just straight movie posters, if you will, but often it's something kind of cool like this. So I really do appreciate the love that they put into that. All right, we got that. Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. And with that concludes our big lunchtime haul. Just want to show you, I've got some Adam Hughes books. We got all these steel books and just books galore, all the kind of books people get mad at. So in my section, sometimes I'll say, I picked up this book, picked up that book, and people will complain. You have to say comic books. You can't just say books. I'm like, if it's in the name, it's in the name. Well, these are steel books. So I guess they're books too, right? And so I got all this, a full book haul, and then all the booktubers will get mad at me. Razzle dazzle, that's about right. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping in. We're just after a half hour, so I got time to wrap my teeth around some lunch, and then we'll have the rest of our day. So have a great Monday. I hope you all just are killing it. Go get that book you're after. Yeah, don't put it off unless you can't financially afford it. But if you find a book and it's the book you want and it's in the price that you want to pay, go ahead and pull that trigger. You'll be happy you did, and stare at it and say, boy, I'm really glad Bub encouraged me to get this book. Whether it's a steel book, comic book, or just, some old Jules Verne. Enjoy your jewels. That's what I have to say to everybody. And remember, well, you know what? I'll try out this new exit. Usually I say, read a comic book and don't apologize for the glare, right? This time we're going to say, because it's not comics on this side, we'll say it's Bub's World and you're all living in it. Catch you later. Bye-bye.